Favorite tenacity, second session or first session?
Third.
It's a third already?
Yeah.
Jeez, you act like you know me. I'm sorry. Has it really been that long? Jeez. All right, well, I'm part of the fam now. All right, so we have the days of May. All right, let's talk about what she just went through with Spay. She went through a whole bunch of stuff. Me and Mom had an hour conversation the other day. We talked about a whole bunch of things. We have some boarding training possibly planned for August, which gives us a little, not much, but a little bit of time to keep up the training and get her as good as she can to come with Uncle Gabe so I can really rock out. Okay? So the more base and foundation you give me, the more I go crazy. Good girl. All right. Now we also saw something else today. We saw Daisy and Annie messing around. All right. We had that little remote collar. We were doing a little vibration action. It was working. It wasn't everything for her, so it does tell me a little bit about the future for the remote collar. We will have to get the static at some point. And that's okay. That's totally fine. We do it right now. We do it the good way, and I will start with that stuff in August. Why not? So right now, let's get into the actual training of it all. Right now, she's killing it. Daisy. Free, come. She's doing her come, yes. She's doing a sit, yes. She's doing a down, yes. And she's doing a stay, kind of. Okay? All right, so free. And big news and why I brought her over here, because she's doing it on a hard ground, so no surface bias. Good job. So let's get her over here on the soft ground. Why not? Make it comfortable for her today. She's about to get worked. Let's do a down, yes, and stay. Now, have you figured out how to problem solve through her training you? You feel a lot of pressure right now, don't you? Okay, let me show you pressure. Let's get into that before I do my stay. So if I say, Daisy May, she's gonna COME, she's gonna SIT. If I take too long, she'll do a WN. If I take even longer, she'll put herself in a tilt and an STAY. Okay, right? So she's doing a lot of work mentally in her head. Now, is all that stuff awesome? Oh yeah. That means she's learning, she's catching traction. We don't get mad at that stuff. A lot of people do. I'm frustrated. I can't even train my dog. They're doing everything before I can even tell them. Ugh. Be happy, be proud of your dog. You have to be smarter than you gotta be smarter than a fifth grader. Okay, because that's what you got. You got a fifth grader. Okay, so if these people that I'm telling you about that are frustrated, I'm saying you can't outsmart a fifth grader. Let's work here. Come on, let me show you how. All right, so let's do it. Stop. Yeah, you get back to work, huh? Get some free treats. All right, so right now, Daisy. Yeah, baby. All the commands, right? So all that is awesome and good girl, babe, but no yes. So come, yes. So I'm gonna say come, yes, and guess she's gonna do an SIT, and I'm gonna say good girl, and then I'm gonna pull her over here and say sit and get my own, yes, and do it down, and yes. Yeah. So use the power of your treat, and use the power of your movement. If the treat doesn't work, at least move a little bit, you'll get her. Okay, just be kind of theatrical, be a little acting, be a good big actor. All right, so Daisy, hey baby cakes. All right, so that being said, if she does an SIT on her own, good girl, down. Yes, I can go to my next command. If she does a down on her own, then I can do my process of elimination.
You're okay. You're okay. Oh.
Good girl. That's a half Heimlich, by the way. The real Heimlich, you can do a real Heimlich for a dog.
Yes,
if you
we
don't
actually learned that.
Okay, okay.
That was funny.
You can learn to actor Joanne Rosner's, actually, I think. Where'd you learn it from?
In Massachusetts, our first pit bulls, he made sure that we had to learn
CPR.
First aid. We had to do CPR on the dog.
Pumping,
We had to
breathing,
do
the
the
whole works.
Heimlich on the dog.
Same thing as a person for a dog. Not the same, but same. You need to do it.
No.
So that's a smaller one. That's like someone tapping your back real quick. It worked, obviously, which is awesome.
Right
And you got it on film. Gabe saved your dog's life. She would have got it out on her own probably, but I definitely probably helped.
Here we go. Can you do it again?
Lord.
Oh, she figured it out that time. Okay. It's probably because they're very small pieces.
Yeah.
She's puppy food.
It's dinner time too,
So she's not in the STAY right now.
Don't eat that.
So you have to remember kind of what you've been doing. What is it? Oh, fuzz?
Fuzz from
Okay.
the bear.
All right. Okay, so let's do this now. All right, so does that make sense about the problem solving and her training you?
Yes.
We appreciate that now. Now, you ask. I know you're asking because you haven't asked it yet, but it will come. So when does she stop guessing? It comes quick. If you keep on doing what I'm telling you to do and go through process of elimination or get your own, she does a sit, you move her and say sit. And she's like, fine. So in order to get my yeses, you have to ask me. Ding, ding, ding. And then she'll even, that's all puppy stuff. And then she'll even get to the point where she looks at you and says, so she'll come up to you and be like, well, every time I sit on my own, you say come. Every time I down, you say sit. So what do you want me to do this time? I'm tired of double working. So she'll finally get to that point where she pays attention to you. What do you guys want to do? Perfect, thank you. Thanks for giving me the mic. Thanks, appreciate it.
When how long and when? So when you're giving her a come or sit or stay when she's not in a, most opportune moment, like I'm outside doing whatever, and I want her to come, and she's occupied with something else.
Treats, nothing's working, your boards aren't working.
Yeah, like, opportunity, she does this is great. We're outside, we've tried to do it some different places. She comes if it's good for her.
Yeah. It's called selective hearing.
Yeah, yeah. Is this
Also
just
be
because
teenagers and
of,
adults have it.
exactly, is this just continual repetition to where she finally will?
So right now, we're at a point, I have you not on a begging program, but on a paying program, okay? This pay especially, this kibble goes out the window outside. I'm surprised it's even working still in the house.
It still does.
I'm
Yeah.
very surprised.
She loves it.
This stuff starts coming very low value. It's the same as her food. I can't believe
Yeah.
she hasn't picked it up yet. You're really smart though, I promise. But how do you not figure that out? And once they do figure it out, you're chopped liver with this.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to upgrade your treats. All right, so that being said though, outside stuff, what we're doing in here, why we're in a low distraction setting, why I keep on training in your basement or whatever where it's
No, it's
comfortable.
good. This we've been doing a lot.
The reason why is because she needs low distraction. She can't
Right.
function out there.
No.
What happens out there, she can, but it's gonna be hard for her and she's gonna burn out too quick. And she's
Yeah.
gonna say this training's a hoax. I don't like it.
Yeah.
The whole thing sucks. I don't get enough rewards. I don't understand why you want me to do this hit outside. I can't concentrate. I got the ivy.
Well, I've been doing it outside, and I have
No, it's good. It's
other
good.
treats.
I'm just
but-
saying in general.
Yeah.
Trying to compete with your environment is very difficult when you don't have a strong base or foundation. You're almost
Yeah.
shot in the foot outside. You're like, try to make it work. I don't sit.
Right.
The big problem is though, you don't want to give what we call empty commands. Empty means that I say sit. I don't know if you're gonna do it outside or not. Hopefully you do. If you don't, I'll try again next time. You just lost a whole command. No, I don't lose commands. You don't know, so I am relentless, and you know I am, but you don't know how relentless. The other day I canceled my next session at a client's house in Atlanta and spent 40 minutes on her dog doing one down command through corrections.
Wow.
A little rat terrier. Actually, you probably saw her on Facebook, Moxie. She looked really good in the video, but she was also being very stubborn that day. She's a diva,
Bless you.
and so is she. So same thing. She doesn't like to be controlled, neither does she. So
Yeah.
we're going to come to that point, mark my words, where we have to do a striking session, is what I call it, where they go on strike. This girl, Moxie, had such an attitude that mom was right there. I had high value treats getting her to come to me, and I said, sit. So I'm right here, so she's supposed to be facing here. She went,
Oh, you
and
got
looked
her
at-
back.
She still sat, I got her back a lot.
Oh.
And mom goes, should I help her? I was like, don't dare.
touch.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do this too. Let
Yeah.
me do mine though. I'm like, you have to go anywhere for the next hour? She's like, no, because I'm about to cancel my next session because I'm not stopping. You want me to call? Like, actually, can you call Andrew for me? Because I didn't want to stop where I was at.
Yeah.
So I knew this dog knew down. That's why I was in my correctional phase. The only time you ever see me in a correctional phase is the dog. I know for a fact I can sleep at night. Dog knowing the exact command, right?
Right.
So
It's like fine tuning.
so I was getting the most miniature pup you ever seen in your life. The leash is already like this thin because she's only an
Right.
4
Tiny
or 5
baby.
pound. Yeah, it's 5
Oh,
pounds
God.
max. That's her height. That's her weight. She's cute. She's a barrel for that. She's very sturdy.
God.
That 5 pounds is no joke. And she has an attitude that she's about 150 pounds. But so I'm giving her little pops and little dops and little things, and she knows this stuff, and she bucked on me. And mom said, "Oh, should we just stop for the day? She's done." No.
Oh.
I was like, I said, you're a little soft, mama. I gotta help you out. Not that I'm trying to tear her head apart. It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
But there's a time where we have to know that our dog, our hairy kid is working the mess out of us, and we're to be highly taken advantage of.
Right.
And if we don't stop it, it only gets worse from there.
Are you pulling every
You're
toy
pulling
out?
everything
She
out.
pulls every toy out.
All the stops.
Yep.
She's like, I want your
absolutely- She wants us to
attention.
just play.
Hard one. Okay. All right. So let's get back to it. All right. So stay. All right. All these commands. So the biggest thing from that part of that section of the video was to not let her train you.
Got it.
So if you do this, right here is what I meant to get to. Hey, babies, come on. Good girl.
No.
If you do this and she does this and you go, yes, I didn't ask her for a sit. That was against the code of training. Remember, we don't want to devalue our yes.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's hard for dogs to earn a yes. That's why it's so.
I use yes too much.
That's why it's so serious for us. Yes is barely ever used with. I mean, I like to during a session I can use 50 because I'm
working,
achieving the
yeah.
results.
Yeah.
But I will tell you
I use it
this:
too much.
if you're in an area and you don't have her on a leash, and you know you don't have real control, and you don't have any treats, you don't have anything to do it, and you're hoping that she's gonna sit, don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Don't do it to yourself, and don't do it to her. Because all you're gonna tell her is that they don't respect their commands. What's the risk?
Yeah.
If they do, they're gonna say no. They're